How many times have we heard politicians promise us that if they're elected, they will return accountability to the office for which they're running? More than we can remember. What is this accountability that people are talking so much about? I've got an idea. I think it is acknowledged ownership of the choices we make and the consequences those choices produce. Take a look at this clip and see what you think. Model accountability as a compelling alternative to victimhood. We hear a whole lot about accountability. We hear a lot about it from politicians, unfortunately, which means that it's got little meaning. I think accountability is definable, and here's the way I define it. It's acknowledged ownership of what? Two things. The choices we make and the consequences those choices produce. Does that make sense to you? Acknowledged ownership. Notice the emphasis on the word acknowledged. Because all of us would be hard-pressed to disown the choices we make. We do own them. But when those choices produce consequences that are less than what we and others had hoped for, we disown them, don't we? We try to blame. We try to find the other people who are responsible. Remember, a society of professional what? Victims. But accountability is the alternative to victimhood. Acknowledged ownership of the choices we make and of the consequences those choices produce. What's the last line? Not just some of the choices, but all of the choices. And not just some of the consequences, but all of the consequences. That is my definition of accountability, and here's my spin on accountability. Contrary again to popular wisdom, I don't see accountability as being a characteristic or a trait to be developed. I see it as a truth to be acknowledged. We do not aspire to be accountable, ladies and gentlemen. We already are accountable.